before I let you all go, I wanted to just say the hymns are very beautiful, but we should also recall that the hymns are not said just for nothing, just so that they can pass noisily through one year and then right out the other, and we just listen to them for the wonderful noise that they make. But the deep theology of who we are as Christians and the questions that people ask, many of the questions that the atheists ask or the agnostics ask, are answered in these prayers. And one of the stanzas I want to turn back to, and it is in particular the third stanza. And in that third stanza, it talks about this idea now, presently below, completely and above, nowise absent, was the uncircumscribable Logos, for it was no migration through space, but divine condescension. And then in the rejoices, it says what? Rejoice, for the unbelievers, this is a doubtful story, which is true. So for those that think that Christianity is some kind of goofy religion and that there's no real sense to this, this is exactly what the hymn is saying. For those who unbelieve, this story makes no sense. This is a very doubtful story. But for those who believe, it is reversed. It is a doubtless glory. It goes on to say that, rejoice, you who integrate yourself into a contradiction. And that's exactly now what the Holy Trinity is we try to explain this, and so when people ask us, how can you believe in something so stupid as a Holy Trinity? What, the Father, and now he's a person? Wait a minute, is he wearing a mask? What is he doing? This is a contradiction. And we try to explain that, and what they say here in the hymn, they say, richly eloquent rhetors. Well, okay. What's another word for rhetor? Like a rhetorician. Rhetorician. Wow, thank you. That's even easier. He says, we see you speechless as fishes when they try to contemplate you, both the incarnation through the Theotokos and then who is Christ. So they talk about this and say, you who prove the philosopher's wisdom wisdomless. So they're trying to explain now this contradiction that exists within the Trinity. And we can't explain it. And so those that try end up falling right into the sophist trap. And the sophists today we would call the atheists, the agnostics, and those people that think that this is just a crazy and silly story, because it doesn't make any sense. For you now, you incorporate virginity and now you give birth. How do you do those things? That's impossible, right? So what the hymns offer us is they offer us not only theology, but they offer us a stopping point. And so science brings us to a particular point. And then after that point, then comes faith. So it's not all faith. There's science that can lead us up to a certain point. But at some point, when we enter into that cloud of witness, when we enter into that beyond of who is now God in this form of the persons of the Trinity, then we become, as they say here in the hymns, speechless as fishes, because we can't explain this. So it offers us two very important things in these hymns that we read. So they're not just noise and clanging cymbals and really cool to listen to in Greek, but what they are is they help to explain now that we cannot explain everything, and we're okay with that. And so with that, please contemplate that, and then all of you have a pleasant and a joyful continuation of Lent. And Monday, we will have all the parish priests are having a meeting with the bishop, virtual meeting with the bishop, and that we can decide what it is that we're going to do for Holy Week. So stand by for that. And I will see you all Sunday. And again, thank you to everybody who chanted. Everything sounded very good. I'm very happy Juan is creating a lot more smoke because this is my only time to create lots of smoke. So hopefully you were barely able to see me through all that incense.